So we spoke earlier as well, and you mentioned back in the day you didn't need as much to get women because there was less access.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick, Dre.
Yeah, very good point, Dre.
You know, you're a little bit older, right? We get some wisdom from you.
Yeah.
You were, picking up girls before this crazy social media,
Right.
Before
online
Instagram,
dating era
Facebook.
age.
You had to go
blah.
out and talk to women.
Yeah, what was it like back then, man?
It was easier, but it was. Let me put it like this. Nowadays, if you, like I said earlier, if you can get yourself up to barely passing, you can get laid easy because they throwing pussy away like nobody's business. They don't care about being called no. They call themselves ho. They don't care. They throwing pussy away like nothing.
Yeah.
So it's changed in that sense. So if you can get yourself, to a certain point, it's easier. However, women are a lot less tolerable to mistakes and bullshit.
Yeah.
Prime example, I get a lot of guys who they'll go on a first date with a woman. Now, women come hot and ready nowadays. And so they'll go on a first date with a woman and the guy don't close, right? The guy don't close. So the spark may be there, the chemistry may be there. This chick done spent 5 hours getting ready, putting on makeup, shaving and shit, and matching bra and panties. Think about it. Every time you had sex with a girl for the first time, the bra and panties match, right?
Typically.
It's not a coincidence. So they take time to do this shit. So when they do this shit, come on a date, they like you, the vibe is good, and you don't close, they take it as rejection.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, she would have chased you.
Yeah.
She would have chased you and called you. Nowadays, it's 50 other dudes.
Yeah.
I'm going to just find somebody who can handle my business. So they not as tolerable to a lot of the mistakes guys are making.
To answer your
Back
point,
then,
just to your point as well, whenever you leave that date without closing, makes a phone call, hits somebody else, and then he smashes.
and then he smacked. Because it's always somebody else. So you don't do it. They going to call King Dre or call Fresh. Fresh going to come pick him up in the Lamborghini and it's over.
Yes, sir.
It's over with. So I'm not saying that, be a pussy hound or nothing like that, but that's just some of the differences back in the days. Also, like, back then, like, you had to, like, almost lie. I don't say lie, but you had to kind of, like, women wanted you to be, like, boyfriend and shit. So we had, like, 5 girlfriends.
You had to really sell the dream.
The rotation shit was like, you had to do that. If you wanted to be fucking with different chicks and shit, and this chick and this, you had to, like, date them and be their boy. You don't really have to go on dates, but, like.
Yeah. You had to give boyfriend energy.
You had to give boyfriend energy back then.
We could blame all those R&B songs.
Another thing too is like back then they didn't really require dates like that. Like I didn't go on my first date until I was like 25. Like where I went and paid for a date, I was like 25 when I went on my first date, and we was smashing them way before then.
Yeah.
Like a chick would be cool with you pulling up with some hot wings and sitting in the car on lunch break for 30 minutes and just chopping it up.
Some Hennessy.
Some whatever they do, but nowadays with social media, this whole women, they hive-minded, so they want what everybody else got. Oh, well, they ain't going to Cheese Factory. They ain't selling for Cheesecake Factory. I'm not selling for it. It's shit like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Now they it's just a lot of bullshit now, but it was a lot easier back then as far as like dealing with women. But to get laid, it's easier to get laid now.
I think nowadays,
just to get laid.
with the advent of social media, Instagram, also as well TikTok, there's so much out there, for example, of what can be done for them. The grass is greener on the other side. So they see that and say, yo, I can get this too as well. Give me that as well.
Dre, I want to ask you this because this is something that I've noticed in ridiculous abundance, which actually really worries me. And I want to see if you kind of observed the same thing. I've noticed a general increase with discontent for men, like just general lack of respect for men in general.
Oh yeah.
Like in 2020, since the explosion of social media, I've just seen the respect for men go down.
All the way down.
Like, I remember girls would say, "Oh, he's an electrician. Okay, he's gonna do well." Now it's like if you have a blue collar job, women don't respect that shit no more.
Right.
If you got a factory job, oh, he's just a factory nigga. Like, they genuinely think that most men are losers, not that attractive. Most guys are invisible to them. Like, there's just this huge lack of respect for men, bro.
You know where that come from? Whores. Right? Think about it, right? When you have a disdain for something, it's because you can't be successful with it. Like you taking L's. And typically when women take, it's easy for women to get sex. That's when you hear chicks talk like that, they more than likely hoes. That's getting fucked on and fucked on and fucked on and fucked on and fucked on. And so they develop this disdain.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Good point.
It's funny because recently Ruby Rose posted a guy which is her number one spender, spending on her, all the text messages. And back in the day, women would post, I'm getting married, I'm engaged. Now they're just posting all the simps that are feeding them money.
Yeah.
So it changed from respect to men. Back in the day, getting
It's
married.
embarrassing, man.
Embarrassing.
It's crazy.
It's almost like a like I said, it's like a disdain. Like when you can't be successful. Now, when a man can't be successful with women, his success isn't because he can't get laid or get a relationship. It's because his success is his disdain comes from him not being able to get laid or get a relationship.
Yeah.
A woman's L's come from them not being able to get a guy to like them past sex.
Yeah.
And so when you see women have that disdain, that's pretty much always all where it come from. You ain't never heard no virgin say that. You ain't never heard no woman who's been treated well by her father or by her man ever say no shit like that. In fact, you see there's another side of social media where women be saying, look, I need my man. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah.
But if you look in the background, you got a solid man that's taking care of her. Whenever you see a woman say something like that,
it's just wild because it's like there's like disregard, like there's no they don't even give a shit about like looking crazy or whatever. Like they'll just get on TikTok and talk about how, oh, this guy ghosted me, fuck man, or just like the vitriol and the hate. Like women are just open misandrous and nobody bats an eye, bro. It's completely and socially acceptable to shit on men, not respect men, insult men, and no one says shit.
So there's an algo boost on TikTok where if you post hateful men topics, it boosts you in the algorithm, which is crazy, by the way, but it's true.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Because I'll tell you
It
this,
gets
they
pushed a lot.
get rid of niggas like us. Like if we talk, like
Instant.
fight back against the bullshit, like yo,
God.
like fight back against this bullshit, like yo, these are the women that you want to stay away from. You identified these 304s, etc. Misogyny, boom. Like there's a whole like TikTok has like a blacklist. They made misogyny a big one now, where like you get banned immediately.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything in there about misandry. You read through the terms and guidelines. Was there anything about misandry?
Nah. You could say whatever you want to say about a man. It got so bad to where like I don't even like in my title I don't put women. I put like the emoji of a woman. Like I don't even
Smart.
put,
Oh shit.
That's smart. Actually,
I don't put like women do this. I put like if emoji do this then it means this. You see what I'm saying? It's bad like that.
Yeah, it's starting to get like crazy, bro. So.
See, that's smart. He's playing the game.
Yeah. You gotta play the game.
You in their house, you gotta play by their rules.
TikTok is the worst.